The explosive drama between Papoose and Remy Ma has taken yet another shocking turn. Known for their high-profile careers, music influence, and public relationship ups and downs, the couple has always been under the microscope. But now the stakes are higher than ever. Papoose has publicly accused Remy Ma of being a deadbeat when it comes to their daughter, sending shockwaves through social media, news outlets, and fans alike. The revelation has ignited a firestorm of speculation, debate, and outrage, leaving everyone asking, what really happened behind closed doors? For years, fans have watched Papoose and Remy Ma navigate the challenges of fame, parenthood, and public scrutiny. Their relationship has been documented through interviews, social media posts, and music collaborations, creating a narrative that seemed stable on the surface. But Charleston White's style of exposure meets real-life consequences in this case, as Papoose's claims threaten to not only affect public perception, but also bring serious legal implications, including the possibility of a custody battle. This is no ordinary celebrity drama. This is a story about responsibility, accountability, and the lengths one parent may go to protect their child. The allegations paint a troubling picture. Papoose claims that Remy Ma has failed to fulfill her responsibilities as a parent in ways that directly impact their daughter's well-being. Fans and observers immediately took to social media, debating the credibility of the accusations, analyzing past incidents, and speculating about what this could mean for Remy Ma's reputation and career. The tension between personal responsibility and public perception has never been more apparent, with every post, statement, and leak adding fuel to the fire. What makes this story even more compelling is the combination of personal and legal stakes. Custody battles in the public eye are complex, emotional, and often divisive. Papoose's public exposure of the situation forces a broader discussion about parental accountability, the pressures of fame, and the intersection between personal choices and legal consequences. For fans, this isn't just entertainment. It's an unfolding drama that touches on ethics, family, and the real-life consequences of celebrity actions. The reactions across social media platforms have been immediate and intense. Some fans sided with Papoose, applauding him for speaking out and prioritizing his daughter's welfare. Others defended Remy Ma, arguing that personal circumstances are complicated and that public accusations may not tell the full story. Regardless of which side viewers take, the controversy has captured the public's attention in a way few celebrity stories manage to do, demonstrating the power of exposure, narrative, and timing in the modern media landscape. As the story unfolds, one thing is clear. This is not just a scandal. It's a deeply personal revelation with lasting implications for Papoose, Remy Ma, and their daughter. The stakes are emotional, legal, and social, making every development critical. Fans, commentators, and casual observers alike will be watching closely to see how the situation develops, what evidence comes to light, and whether a custody battle is inevitable. This hook sets the stage for a story filled with tension, revelation, and moral questioning. Papoose's exposure of Remy Ma promises weeks of public attention, debate, and emotional fallout, with every new detail potentially reshaping the narrative and forcing all parties involved to confront both personal and public consequences. The moment Papoose went public with his accusations against Remy Ma, the world of hip-hop and celebrity gossip exploded. For years, fans had watched the couple navigate the challenges of fame, music careers, and parenthood, often seeing glimpses of their personal lives through social media posts, interviews, and public appearances. But now, Papoose's claims of Remy Ma neglecting her parental duties had shifted the narrative entirely, forcing both fans and critics to reconsider everything they thought they knew about the couple. The allegations weren't just about missed events or sporadic involvement. They suggested a deeper, ongoing pattern of behavior that directly impacted their daughter's life and well-being. Social media erupted immediately. Clips of Papoose's statements, leaked messages, and commentary circulated on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. Fans debated fiercely, dissecting every word, every tone, and every implication. Supporters of Papoose praised him for prioritizing their daughter's welfare and speaking out publicly, while Remy Ma's defenders questioned the motives behind going public and the timing of the allegations. The story quickly became more than just a celebrity spat. It evolved into a moral and ethical debate about parenting, accountability, and the pressures of raising a child in the public eye. Behind the scenes, sources close to the couple revealed a complex dynamic. Papoose reportedly felt that his efforts to ensure their daughter's stability had been undermined by Remy Ma's alleged lack of involvement. Insiders suggested that the tension had been simmering for months, if not years, with private disagreements escalating into public conflict. While neither side had fully disclosed the details of their private interactions, the allegations suggested that the personal and emotional stakes were high, and that Papoose's move to speak publicly was as much about protecting his child as it was about reclaiming control over a narrative that had long been shaped by perception rather than facts. The legal implications added another layer of intensity. Custody battles are inherently stressful, but when played out under the glare of social media and public scrutiny, they become exponentially more complicated. Papoose's public exposure of Remy Ma's alleged failures created a situation where public opinion could influence perception, if not legal proceedings. Attorneys familiar with high-profile cases noted that such revelations could sway judges, affect negotiation strategies, and complicate efforts to reach private agreements. Every public statement, interview, and social media post now carried weight beyond fan reactions. It had the potential to impact formal legal proceedings and future parental arrangements. Meanwhile, Remy Ma faced intense scrutiny herself. Every social media post, comment, and public appearance was dissected for signs of acknowledgement, denial, or strategy. While she maintained a relatively composed public presence, sources indicated that her team was working to manage messaging, clarify facts, and address the narrative created by Papoose. The combination of public exposure, legal stakes, and the emotional weight of accusations regarding parental responsibilities made for a high-pressure environment, forcing her to carefully navigate both perception and reality. Fans and commentators debated the credibility of Papoose's claims. Some pointed to patterns in previous public interactions, social media behavior, and past incidents as evidence supporting his narrative. Others cautioned against drawing conclusions without full context, reminding audiences that private disputes rarely translate directly into public truth. The divide between supporters and skeptics fueled ongoing discussion, ensuring that the story remained a central topic of conversation across platforms, with every new comment or post reigniting debate. The involvement of their daughter added a profound emotional dimension. Observers recognized that any custody dispute or public dispute between parents could have lasting psychological and social effects on a child. The idea that a parent might be absent or neglectful, whether perceived or real, generated widespread concern and empathy from the public. This factor transformed what might have been dismissed as celebrity drama into a serious conversation about parenting, family responsibility, and the consequences of public exposure on vulnerable family members. Papoose's decision to go public also reflected a strategic understanding of influence. By framing his concerns in a way that emphasized accountability, he positioned himself as a protective parent seeking justice for his daughter. This narrative not only resonated with fans, but also established a moral high ground in the court of public opinion. Social media users, influencers, and news outlets quickly amplified his statements, making it clear that the story would dominate the conversation for weeks to come. As the story unfolded, the dynamics of celebrity influence and legal strategy became increasingly intertwined. Public perception mattered, but so did documented evidence, witness accounts, and legal precedent. Attorneys and analysts speculated about potential outcomes, considering everything from temporary custody arrangements to long-term guardianship agreements. The combination of public exposure and legal stakes created an environment where every word mattered, every social media post was scrutinized, and the balance between reputation and responsibility became critical. By the end of this phase, it was evident that the controversy had elevated beyond personal grievance. It was a story about ethics, accountability, and the challenges of parenting under intense public scrutiny. Papoose's exposure forced both the public and Remy Ma to confront difficult truths about responsibility, perception, and the intersection of personal behavior and public consequence. The situation set the stage for escalating legal actions, further revelations, and ongoing debates about what constitutes proper parenting in a world where private decisions are constantly under observation. Part 1 concluded with a clear understanding. This story was far from over. The unfolding events promised further emotional confrontations, public statements, and legal developments that would continue to shape the narrative and influence the perceptions of fans, critics, and observers alike. Papoose's bold move had not only made headlines, it had set in motion a chain of events that could redefine the relationship between Remy Ma, him, and their daughter, with consequences that would extend well beyond the public eye. The fallout from Papoose's public statements intensified quickly as media outlets, fans, and social media commentators delved deeper into the alleged neglect claims. Each detail was dissected and analyzed, sparking debates about parenting responsibilities, celebrity privilege, and the complex dynamics of high-profile relationships. Papoose's decision to go public not only amplified the controversy, but also put a spotlight on the broader issues of accountability and family welfare that often get overlooked when fame and public perception dominate the narrative. Insiders suggested that tensions between Papoose and Remy Ma had been escalating for months. Private disagreements about parenting responsibilities reportedly spilled over into public interactions, though neither side had fully disclosed the specifics. Friends and associates described a growing frustration on Papoose's part, emphasizing that his primary concern was ensuring the well-being of their daughter. Meanwhile, Remy Ma was reportedly caught between defending her personal choices, managing her career, and navigating the intense scrutiny that came with being accused publicly of failing as a parent. The situation highlighted the difficulty of balancing public image, private obligations, and the emotional complexities of family life. As the story gained traction, legal experts weighed in on the potential implications. Custody disputes in high-profile relationships are inherently challenging, but the added dimension of public exposure complicates matters further. Papoose's allegations could serve multiple purposes: asserting moral and parental authority, shaping public opinion, and potentially influencing the legal process. Analysts noted that evidence such as social media posts, witness accounts, and documentation of parental involvement could all play a role in determining custody arrangements. Every public statement or post by either party had the potential to affect negotiations, court proceedings, and even long-term parenting arrangements. Social media became a battleground for public opinion. Fans, influencers, and commentators offered their perspectives, often polarizing audiences into camps defending either Papoose or Remy Ma. Supporters of Papoose applauded his courage and dedication, emphasizing that a parent's responsibility to their child should always come first. Critics questioned whether going public was the right approach, suggesting that private negotiations and legal avenues might have been more effective and less damaging. Regardless of perspective, the story dominated feeds, trending across platforms and prompting widespread discussion about the intersection of celebrity, responsibility, and public exposure. Remy Ma's response, or lack thereof, added another layer of complexity. While she maintained a composed presence in interviews and on social media, observers noted subtle cues in her content that hinted at awareness and concern. Her team reportedly worked diligently to manage messaging, clarify facts, and minimize damage to her reputation. This careful approach reflected the challenges of navigating accusations in a digital age, where every post is scrutinized and the line between private and public becomes increasingly blurred. The stakes were high. Beyond her public image, the implications for her relationship with her daughter were deeply personal and potentially life-altering. The situation also sparked broader discussions about celebrity parenting and societal expectations. Observers debated how public figures balance career demands, personal ambitions, and family responsibilities. The controversy emphasized that fame and influence do not exempt anyone from accountability, and that public perception can have a tangible impact on personal and legal outcomes. Papoose's exposure of Remy Ma forced a confrontation not just with the specifics of their situation, but also with larger questions about parental responsibility, ethics, and the role of public opinion in shaping personal narratives. Meanwhile, the involvement of their daughter became a focal point for discussion. Commentators and fans alike expressed concern about the emotional impact that public disputes between parents could have on a child. Experts highlighted the importance of shielding children from public controversies, emphasizing that even indirect exposure to conflict can have lasting psychological effects. Papoose's narrative framed him as a protective parent, intent on prioritizing the needs of their daughter, while simultaneously forcing a broader conversation about how children are affected when personal disputes become public spectacle. The public and media attention intensified when rumors surfaced about potential legal action. Sources close to the couple speculated that Papoose was considering pursuing custody through formal channels, citing both the need to protect his daughter and the alleged neglect by Remy Ma. Legal analysts noted that public statements could influence the process in complex ways. On one hand, they could demonstrate a parent's commitment and involvement. On the other, they could be scrutinized as strategic positioning in a high-profile legal dispute. Every interview, post, and statement had real-world consequences beyond social media metrics, emphasizing the high stakes of the unfolding drama. As the narrative continued, commentators explored the long-term implications for both parents. For Papoose, the exposure reinforced an image of a dedicated, concerned parent willing to confront uncomfortable truths in the public eye. For Remy Ma, the accusations posed challenges to her reputation, parenting credibility, and personal brand, creating pressure to respond strategically and thoughtfully. Observers recognize that the outcome of this situation could set a precedent for how public figures navigate personal disputes and custody matters in the modern media environment. By the end of Part 2, it was evident that the story was far from over. The allegations, public scrutiny, and potential legal action ensured that both Papoose and Remy Ma would remain under the spotlight for months to come. Every development, from social media posts to interviews and legal filings, had the potential to shift perception and influence outcomes. The controversy had evolved from a personal dispute into a larger conversation about accountability, ethics, and the responsibilities of parenting in an era where fame, influence, and public attention intersect in unpredictable ways. Part 2 concluded with mounting tension. Papoose's public exposure had already changed the narrative, but the next phase promised legal battles, emotional confrontations, and deeper scrutiny of both parents' roles in their daughter's life. The stakes were higher than ever, and the unfolding drama set the stage for a dramatic and highly anticipated continuation in Part 3. As the story progressed, the tension between Papoose and Remy Ma reached its peak. The public had fully absorbed the allegations, and every detail, statement, and social media post became part of a larger narrative scrutinized by fans, media outlets, and industry insiders alike. Papoose's accusations of Remy Ma's neglect had not only ignited a social media storm, but had also forced both parents to confront the serious consequences of their actions, or inaction, in the public eye. The story had evolved far beyond entertainment. It was now a discussion about morality, responsibility, and the protection of their daughter's well-being. Reports emerged that Papoose was considering legal action to secure custody of their daughter, citing neglect and his daughter's best interests as primary motivations. Legal experts explained that in high-profile cases like this, public perception can influence court proceedings, media narratives, and negotiation dynamics. Papoose's decision to expose Remy Ma publicly added both urgency and pressure to the situation, making it clear that a custody battle was not only possible, but likely. His statements emphasized accountability, responsibility, and a father's commitment to prioritizing his child above all else. Remy Ma's response remained measured but cautious. Behind the scenes, her team reportedly worked tirelessly to address the allegations, protect her reputation, and prepare for potential legal challenges. Interviews and social media appearances were carefully planned, reflecting the complexities of defending one's character while under the glare of public scrutiny. The balance between personal privacy, professional image, and parental responsibility had never been more delicate. Every decision, whether public or private, was now amplified by the audience's attention, creating a high-pressure environment where missteps could have serious repercussions. The involvement of their daughter added an emotional and ethical dimension that amplified the stakes. Analysts, psychologists, and fans discussed the potential impact of parental disputes on children, emphasizing the need for protection, stability, and careful handling of sensitive matters. Papoose's framing of the narrative positioned him as a concerned and engaged parent while raising serious questions about Remy Ma's involvement and commitment. The public debate was fierce, highlighting how celebrity conflicts are not only entertainment, but also real-life situations that affect families in profound ways. Media coverage intensified as the story unfolded. News outlets, talk shows, and social media influencers dissected the allegations, examined past behavior, and speculated on possible outcomes. Every interview clip, comment, or post was analyzed for hidden meanings or contradictions, creating a cycle of scrutiny that kept the story alive in the public consciousness. The combination of social media virality and traditional media coverage ensured that Papoose and Remy Ma's personal lives remained a topic of widespread discussion, with fans eagerly anticipating every new development. The ethical and moral implications became central to the narrative. Commentators and analysts debated whether Papoose's exposure was a justified act of parental responsibility or a strategic move to gain public favor ahead of legal proceedings. Similarly, Remy Ma's defenders questioned whether the allegations accurately represented her parenting or whether they were exaggerated for dramatic effect. The discussion transcended celebrity gossip, prompting broader conversations about parenting, accountability, and the ways in which public exposure can influence both personal reputation and legal outcomes. As speculation about a custody battle grew, legal experts weighed in on potential scenarios. They emphasized that custody decisions depend on a variety of factors, including the child's best interests, parental involvement, and evidence of neglect or care. Papoose's public statements, combined with documented interactions and social media evidence, could influence judges' perceptions, though courts typically rely on verified records and testimony over public opinion. Nevertheless, the public exposure of the situation placed added pressure on both parties to navigate the legal process carefully and strategically. In addition to the legal stakes, public perception remained a critical factor. Fans and observers analyzed every move, often dividing into camps supporting either Papoose or Remy Ma. Social media engagement was relentless, with debates, memes, and commentary dominating timelines. The intensity of the public response highlighted the power of celebrity influence and the ways in which personal actions, when made public, can quickly escalate into national conversations. Every post, interview, and statement had the potential to shift perception, making reputation management as important as the underlying legal and personal issues. By the final phase of Part 3, it was clear that the situation had far-reaching implications. Papoose's public exposure of Remy Ma's alleged neglect had forced a conversation about parental responsibility, accountability, and the challenges of raising children under public scrutiny. The story served as a cautionary tale about the complexities of celebrity life, the consequences of public disclosure, and the ethical considerations that arise when private disputes become matters of public debate. Ultimately, the unfolding events underscored the significance of responsibility, transparency, and moral accountability. Papoose's actions illustrated the lengths to which a parent might go to protect their child, while Remy Ma's responses reflected the challenges of defending one's character in a world where fame and personal life intersect constantly. The story concluded with anticipation, leaving audiences to consider the possible legal outcomes, personal reconciliations, and the long-term impact on their daughter's life. The narrative highlighted not only the dramatic elements of celebrity conflict, but also the deeper lessons about choices, consequences, and the responsibilities that come with parenthood. Fans, observers, and commentators were left with lingering questions. How will the legal battle unfold? Will Remy Ma adjust her approach to parenting under scrutiny? And most importantly, how will their daughter be affected by the turbulence surrounding her family? Part 3 closed with the acknowledgement that while public attention may fade, the consequences of actions, decisions, and allegations in a family context remain deeply significant. Papoose's exposure had brought these issues into the light, forcing all involved to confront the realities of accountability, ethics, and parental responsibility in an environment where fame, scrutiny, and social media magnify every action. The controversy surrounding Papoose and Remy Ma highlights more than just celebrity drama. It underscores the complex responsibilities of parenthood and the consequences of personal decisions under public scrutiny. When accusations of neglect arise, especially in high-profile families, the stakes extend far beyond social media attention. Papoose's public exposure of Remy Ma's alleged shortcomings as a parent serves as a stark reminder that every action, decision, and word can carry profound implications for children, family dynamics, and personal reputations. This story forces us to confront difficult questions about accountability, ethics, and the lengths a parent might go to protect their child. For viewers and fans, this story emphasizes the importance of evaluating information critically. Social media can amplify narratives, sometimes obscuring nuance and context, but it also provides a platform for accountability. Papoose's revelations sparked discussions across platforms about parenting, fairness, and responsibility, creating an environment in which people were encouraged to consider not just the sensational aspects of the story, but also the real-life consequences of inaction or neglect. It reminds audiences that fame and influence do not exempt anyone from their responsibilities, particularly when children are involved. Remy Ma's experience in this controversy also illustrates the challenges of navigating public scrutiny while defending one's personal and parental integrity. Maintaining composure, crafting thoughtful responses, and protecting both reputation and family in a highly public environment requires strategy, patience, and awareness. This story provides a window into how celebrity figures manage crises, the emotional and legal pressures they face, and the importance of carefully balancing personal priorities with public perception. From a broader perspective, the situation highlights the ethical dimensions of parenting and accountability. When disputes between parents become public, the emotional and psychological impact on children can be significant. Papoose's framing of the narrative as protective and responsible invites reflection on how parents should prioritize their children's welfare above personal or public conflicts. The conversation encourages viewers to consider the consequences of their actions, the importance of clear communication, and the responsibility adults have in modeling integrity and care for the next generation. Finally, this story serves as a reminder that celebrity controversies often reflect universal human challenges, responsibility, accountability, and the consequences of our choices. Fans, observers, and casual viewers alike can take lessons from the events surrounding Papoose, Remy Ma, and their daughter. The narrative underscores the importance of prioritizing family, taking ethical responsibility seriously, and recognizing that public exposure can amplify both mistakes and efforts to do right. By following this story closely, audiences are invited to reflect on the intersection of fame, parenting, and personal responsibility, and to consider how actions in the public eye can have lasting, meaningful consequences. Stay attentive, question narratives, and observe the unfolding events with awareness. Because beyond the drama, this story teaches real lessons about accountability, parenthood, and the power of choices in shaping both public and private life.